Half case. Lyle. I hear your name's Lyle. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Are you on the affirmative side?
Yes.
So you have an affirmative case then?
Yes.
And it's your position that economic globalization on balance benefits worldwide poverty reduction?
Economic globalization improves worldwide poverty, so it makes it less.
Okay. Now, do you have any definitions in this case of yours?
Yes.
Who's it by?
It's by Shankwang Gao.
What do you define?
I define that economic globalization is trade liberalization.
What does trade liberalization mean?
The reduction of tariff rates.
Oh, I see. And your first card, you by this guy Yale. Now, is he a journalist or what?
Yale is not a person; it's a university.
Oh, a university. It's like a kind of like a high school.
College.
Oh, like a college. Okay. And what does it say? That it says that the more globalizing we get, the worse poverty becomes. The more poor people become, right?
No, due to economic globalization, people in poor countries have increased. They have been more prosperous than they've had before.
So this card really just shows a correlation, and it shows that since economic globalization has been happening more and more and more, poverty's been getting better and better and better, meaning less poor people, right?
My mechanism is in my second card.
Oh, your second card.
2013A.
What's it called again?
Gregor 2013A.
And what does the mechanism say?
That due to the fact that there are less tariff rates, because of economic globalization, there's something called global disinflation now.
And that's bad, right? Hurts people's pocketbooks, takes their money from them.
Why it actually helps them save more in their pocketbooks.
But just the rich people, right? It
Everyone.
just helps the rich people?
Everyone, because inflation hurts everyone.
Well, you don't even know what this word means, inflation. Define it for me.
Okay, it's when your money becomes less valuable.
You're a tough nut to crack, Mr. Lyle. Let's see here. Okay. You know what you haven't done? You have not shown me exactly how it is that a reduction in tariffs through trade liberalization actually causes a reduction in inflation. It doesn't make any sense to me. Explain it.
My Gregor 2013B card for that.
Oh, your Gregor 2013B card? You got a little card for everything, don't you, Mr. Lyle? What does your 2013B card say?
My Gregor 2013B card states about productivity.
Productivity mean people make less stuff in the same amount of time?
People make more stuff at the same amount.
Oh, the more stuff in the same amount of time. Well, I don't understand how that would help inflation. Can you explain it to me in an intuitive way?
So let's say you're a bubblegum shop. So you start increasing, making more and more bubblegum. You don't have to. You could sell it for less, since now you have enough that you'll still get the same amount of money or more, without having to make them as expensive as if you had less.
Bubblegum, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I see. But doesn't bubblegum chewing reduce productivity? Because instead of working, you're focusing on chewing gum.
Actually, we're getting off topic from economic globalization.
You're the one who brought up bubblegum. You're the one who used bubblegum as an example of economic globalization. You're the one who defined economic globalization as bubblegum.
You're the one that requested for that.
I requested you to define economic globalization as bubblegum?
You requested for me to give you an analogy. I gave you one.
Good point. Okay, well, let's talk about this last card of yours then, this call your card.
Okay.
According to your call your card, farmers are really hurt by economic globalization. Is that correct?
They are prosperous due to economic globalization.
Farmers? Even in developing countries where they have old-fashioned technology and they can't compete against these modern farms in America? That's not fair.
But those countries that embraced economic globalization, as Kenya and Senegal, proved that the farmers there were able to cope up with the population growth using this new technology.
Well, what about the rest of Africa? I have a card here that shows like 500 million Africans are like just as bad off as they ever were, because they don't know how to farm properly.
Just because they did not accept economic globalization, those that did improved tremendously.
But that's only like 2 countries in all of Africa. What about the other ones? What about like Egypt? That's in Africa. What about it?
Okay, but they actually each country did accept economic globalization.
What does your quarterly card say, Lyle? Quarterly.
Okay,
this is where you go to quarterly.
Okay, my quarterly card says here that African countries, including Ghana, have liberalized their trade regimes by reducing trade barriers and encourage exporting processing companies. The study investigates the trade growth nexus and its implication for poverty reduction in Ghana. Partially investigates the effect of trade liberalization on poverty in Ghana using the Ghana Living Standards survey data and other complementary data sets. It finds the elimination of trade-related import and export taxes reduces the incidence, depth, and severity of poverty in low-income countries.
Even in Ghana?
Yes.
What about Senegal, though?
That was in my quarter.
But not Kenya, though, right?
That was in my quarter card also.
Wow, sounds like you got a pretty good half case there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.